ISUPK Chicago presents the 12 Tribe Selection by Captain Commissar.
Why is having a lecture like this so important?
Niggas to reach, niggas to street corners.
Let me tell you something. The only real Jews on the planet are the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians.
You ain't nowhere, man. Y'all know what time it is. 125th World Weds, Harlem, since 1969.
ISUPK Chicago presents the 12 Tribe Selection by Captain Commissar. Don't miss your play like Guess what? It's all gonna be hard about big friends.
Why is having a lecture like this so important?
Niggas to reach, niggas to street corners.
That was just the hard side of the
I gotta break it down. Put up with the internet, talk a lot of shit. Lay up in my mixtape.
Let me tell you something. The only real Jews on the planet are the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians.
We got niggas out of you ain't nowhere, man. Y'all know what time it is. 125th World Weds, Harlem, since 1960. That's my niggas.
Fire weekend.
Put a slug in your chest. If a nigga
They're gonna have a hell of a weekend. Jam-packed. Amazing events. First you got Captain Commissar's lecture. You're gonna have camp. You have the barbecue, the Bantu Festival. Man, it's gonna be a hell of a time, man. The General's gonna be in town, Captain's gonna be in town, and it's in Chicago, man. Listen, come out, have a good time with us. We're gonna do it big, man. Shalom.
Alright, Most High Christ is real. You understand? We on deck. ISUPK Detroit. Biblical law class, man. This is a very important class that we hold every week. You know what I'm saying? Before I get started, we gonna dive into the upcoming events that we got. Big up to them brothers down there in that southeastern region. They got the Black Power weekend coming up. I do not have the itinerary up, but if you down there near South Carolina, you understand, Florida, Georgia, you already know what time it is. The ISUPK will merge on that zone and have a powerful weekend, Black Power weekend, you understand? You know what I'm saying? Moving right along, we got the third annual fire weekend coming up, y'all. You understand? This joint right here is going to be off the chain. You understand? We got the 12 Tribe lecture from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. You understand? With none other than Captain Kataza. You understand? Crossing Line Radio, he will be in the building teaching a 4-hour lecture on a 12-tribe breakdown. You don't want to miss that lecture. You understand? For all the non-sayers that say the 12 tribes is off and all that, come see the lecture. The breakdown is 4 hours. You understand? It will be held July 25th, 938 East 79th Street, Chicago, Illinois. You understand? After that, we got the, you know what I'm saying, like I just said, the 3rd annual Midwest Barbecue. What other place can you come to get perfect brotherhood and perfect sisterhood, man? And kick it with the priests and prophets of the Lord, man. You want to get there, man. Rainbow Park Beach, 3111 East 77th Street, Chicago, Illinois. You understand? The last but not least, Salakia. You know, we also rocking that Bantu Festival out on the 27th, man. All the 12 tribes gonna be in that festival. So it's a wonderful opportunity to go down there and fish the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? It's gonna be a power pack weekend. You did not want to miss. If you made the Passover, this is gonna be like the sequel to the Passover, but in the summertime. You know what I mean? I love merging with my brothers, man, from all the zones, seeing all the brothers and sisters, the generals, the captains, the officers. You know what I mean? It's a hell of a time. You do not want to miss it, man. You understand? With that being said, I'm Officer Shawak, ISUPK Detroit. Like I said, we dive in every Wednesday and get heavy into the law, statutes, and commandments that's in the Bible and show our people not only who they are, we show you why you destroyed. You understand? We show you according to the Bible that it's a certain way. If you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people, it's a certain way that we should operate in the earth. There's certain things that we should do. There's certain things that we should not do. You know what I'm saying? And once again, these laws, statutes, and commandments was given to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to establish the nation of Israel as a superior nation, to be an example to all the other nations. But because we did not follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, we are on the bottom in hell. And guess what? Every other nation is high above, and we on the bottom. You know what I mean? Can you check and see if we got any questions online, Mashah, before I kick the topic off? All right, Most High Christ. You understand? Midwest Fire Weekend, man. We close. We real close. I think we may be like 40 days away. You understand? If you locked in on ISUPK Facebook, get with Officer Ryan out of Chicago. We all pushing the link. Go from if you want to support this weekend. You understand? So it can be a powerful event. You understand? Send a couple dollars to the priest and prophet of the Lord so we can make sure that the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people get fed, and we have a perfect opportunity to fish them into this truth, man. You understand? July 25th through the 28th, Fire Weekend is going down. Of course, Detroit, the whole Detroit camp will be there, the whole Midwest, everybody, Lord willing, the whole nation of Israel will be in that joint, man. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. You understand? Nothing but brotherhood, sisterhood, and you know how Israel get down. We don't have any questions. I'm going straight to my topic. No sweat. Y'all right? All right. Yeah, let's get Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Right? You know, let me ask you this question, Mashah, before you get that scripture. Being in the truth, what does that mean? What does that mean? You say you in the truth. What does that mean?
So, like you, if I say I'm in the truth, that means that I study and obey the law, statute, commandments of the Most High as written in this book called the Bible.
Damn right. So, with that being said, that's an excellent answer. You know what I'm saying? Officer 1,000 in the building. Brother's a diligent brother, man. Excellent. Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
Khan. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes.
I've taught you what?
Statutes.
What is a statute?
Khan. The statute is a law.
It is a law, but that's all you got for me?
So, like it's the law, the statutes. If you put an S on it, it's the laws that govern Israel. It's the laws and the commandments that govern Israel.
Let me help you out. Like who did the Most High give the law to?
Khan, I'm about Khan. According to Psalms 147.
No, Salakia, I want you to stay with me.
Khan, what Khan?
Right? Who did the Lord get the laws to pass down to the children of Israel?
He gave them to Moses to pass down to the children of
So
Israel.
if a man established these laws that's passed down, right, that
Come-
becomes a statute,
Khan, what Khan?
right? So laws, statutes. Men of the Lord established the laws according to the, you know what I'm saying, the Most High. Right?
Khan, what Khan?
Laws, statutes, and commandments, they all go together. You were correct. Keep reading.
Khan, what Khan? Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Whether ye go, meaning what? You hear Christians say, "Oh, because we in the United States, we don't got to keep the Passover." Read that last line.
Khan, on the one
last
Khan.
line, Salakia.
In the land whither ye go to possess it.
Salakia, whether you go. We're going to get to James 1:1 later, but we should. The prophecy was we would be scattered abroad. What does scattered abroad mean? What does the word scattered mean? Salaki, we're going to wait for that one. We're going to hold that one in place. Keep reading.
Khan, Lord, Khan. Verse 6. Keep, therefore, and do them.
Keep and do what?
Do them.
You got to keep them and do them. You understand? Don't throw them in the garbage because you're in another land or because in your mind you believe that Christ came, you ain't got to keep the laws. You understand that Christian doctrine? Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Keep, therefore,
Go ahead.
and do them.
Keep reading.
For this is your wisdom.
This is what?
Your wisdom.
Look up the word wisdom.
Khan, Lord, Khan.
You understand? These laws, statutes, and commandments is our wisdom. If you don't have them, you're a dead man. You're a dead woman walking in the face of the earth. You understand? In the eyes of the Most High, you're dead. Why? Because you're the chosen seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So this law class and these things that we bring out in these classes is critical for the nation of Israel. Why do I say that? Because we're showing you what you should do and what you should not do. You understand? And listen, we one body. We hold these classes across the globe. I can't even say across the United States. In the UK and Nicaragua. You understand? And Jamaica. I see the brother out there in Jamaica rocking it hard. You understand? I remember seeing that brother in Hebrew Academy, and he out there looking strong, man. Most I see you, warrior. All right? Go, you read what you got.
Khan, wisdom. The Internet Dictionary definition. Noun. The quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment.
Good judgment.
The quality.
Salakia. So if I got wisdom according to the Lord and to this Bible, when I'm faced with decision making in this earth and this hell that I'm in called America, I don't operate like the average J. You know what I'm saying? I don't. If you a sister in the truth, you don't operate like the average sister out there in the world. Because why? You got this wisdom right here that the Bible talking about. You understand? You know, being in this truth right here, you got to be a conqueror of your emotions. You can't let your emotions control your action. Can't do it. It's in the Bible. All right? Keep reading.
Khan, Anwar Khan. The quality of being wise.
The quality of being what?
Wise.
The quality of being wise, man. These laws, statutes, and commandments, man, is wisdom and knowledge that will set us apart from every nation set on the face of the earth. So all that notion that the white man taught us that God love everybody and we all equal, that's not in there. You understand? And these laws, statutes, and commandments is what would set us apart and have us set above high of every nation. All right? Go back to where you at. And when you finish that scripture, go to Deuteronomy 7:6 real quick.
Khan, Anwar Khan. Deuteronomy 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
In the sight of the nations, meaning these other nations that look at you and see how you operate, see how disciplined you are. see that you operate in a certain vibration, a certain spirit. And they'll look at you and say, well, damn, we should operate like that. But because we don't operate like that, because we decided to sin against the Most High, the other nations then took the opportunity to that to rise above you. That's in the Bible. And that's the truth in 2019 throughout the ghettos of America, man. You understand? These other nations are very high above us because we refuse to keep the law, statute, commandments. That's what being in the truth means. You understand? You obey the Most High. Do what He tell you to do. You understand? If the Lord say you can't eat this, you don't eat it. You see that? Because the wages of sin is death. You break these laws, you die. If you keep them, you live. It's simple for me. It's 2 + 2 is 4. But because we've been in captivity under the white man, under the most cunning beast in the field, it's very hard. He has created a society very hard for us to adhere to the Most High. Satan wants you to be destroyed. Satan wants you not to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. He wants you to do the opposite of the Most High in Christ. You understand? That's why white Jesus, you understand, Cesar Borgia is so powerful. That's why black people hate each other, because we've been brought up in a society that believes that this white man is the God of Israel, and he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He has deceived the whole world, man. And as a result, we are destroyed people, right? Keep reading what you got.
Khan, other one, Khan. And your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation,
the other nation's gonna look at you and say, what?
Surely this great nation,
this great holy nation, man, that the Lord chose, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that was scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. That's on the bottom right now. That's being, you know what I'm saying, oppressed. You understand? That suffered the most horrific atrocities, man. You understand? The people that hate each other. We the great nation, man. But because we so stiff-necked and rebellious, and because we want to join the other gods of the other nations, we on the bottom, man. Read it from the top.
Khan, Alawar Khan. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
Well, no, the last line, Salaki.
Khan, Alawar Khan. And your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
It's a wise and understanding people. And what would make us wise and understanding? That we would adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments. That we would recognize that these laws right here would establish us as the chosen people and the superior people in the earth. You understand? The Bible is a racist book. You understand? The other nations will recognize us as that, but because we don't keep these laws, they look at you, you know what I'm saying, as nothing. They rule over the top of you. But once we get it together, and it's happening, man. Slowly but surely. You understand? Slowly but surely. You know what I mean? It's happening. You know what I mean? But this scripture right here, I read this earlier, and it was a powerful scripture. Keep reading.
Khan, verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? Verse 8. And what nation is there so great, that hath statutes and judgments so righteous, as
See
all...
that? What nation is so great that got these laws, statutes, man? That tell you right there, the law, statutes, commandments is not for everybody. It's only for one people. And that's the people that's in the earth dying because we refuse to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. You got to work 2 jobs just to make it, and you work 2 jobs. Listen, brothers and sisters working 2 jobs, and they happy. Like, you know what? I got another job. I got another slavery. You get brothers and sisters is happy about double slavery, and we descend from a royal people, man. That's how much of a number the white man has did on us. You understand? We happy to get up in Chrysler and Ford and all that garbage, man. And we don't understand that is slavery. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? One of the most evilest places in the face of the earth, man. How do I know? Because that's my slavery. You understand? It's a cesspool of evil, man. You understand? Hypocrisy and just all abominations, man. And I'm pretty sure it's like that on any slavery you work if you're in the truth. You understand? But our people want so bad, they think they in a certain echelon in society because they work for Chrysler Ford and all that garbage. And I'm gonna tell you something, that's one of the most abominable places to work at. You understand? Our sisters hoeing themselves out. I mean, I don't even want to get into it, man, what goes on in that evil place, but it's an evil place to work at, man. You understand? And Most High in Christ, I got the truth before I got up in there. You see what I'm saying? It's a joke. You understand? It's America remix, man. You want to be a homosexual and a whoremonger. You understand? Uncle Tom Negro, and turn on your people. Go to Chrysler Ford, man. It's ridiculous, man. That's slavery, man. We a royal people, all right? You with me, Michelle? All right, no sweat. Keep reading.
Khan. For what nation is there so great who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon for him? Verse 8, and what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day?
You see what I'm saying? So the white man does not have this law because he believes a woman can marry a woman. A man can marry a man can marry a man. You understand? The city of Chicago just elected a lesbian mayor, man. You understand? The white man is heavy in his witchcraft in this place right here. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Michelle.
Khan, I don't want Khan. What's heavy about that Chicago election is that both of the final candidates was homosexual.
Oh, wow. I'm not surprised. Hey, listen, man. When we say the white man the devil, we on point with it. You understand? He's the deceiver in the earth. But then he walks around with our scrolls, our laws that would set us apart from every other nation. You see what I'm saying? Like the Christian church is not going to dig down and teach you what we're teaching in this book, man. You get my point? You got a homosexual over the city of Chicago, and you got 800 Israelites dying every year. You understand? That's going to be worse hell on our brothers and sisters. You understand? But big ups to Captain Marvel Quad. If you in that area, man, you need to rush to the ISUBK Chicago camp, man. You understand? You got some heavy brothers down there. You know what I mean? That's who should have been elected mayor of Chicago. Captain Marvel Quad, the big priest. Salakia. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. When you look up, you got a boatload full of men that's homosexuals because we would not adhere to these laws. I don't want to hold this class up. We got a lot to cover, all right? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6 real quick so I can show why these laws, statutes, and commandments are so important. You understand? I know if you a trooper in this school, you already know where I'm going, but I got to read this because it coincides with the law class. You see what I'm saying? Us being a chosen people, we were expected of something. Like, if you come in this school as a trooper, what are you expected to do, Bashar?
You expected to study and adhere, I don't want.
No, Salaki, a student coming here in all black, what is he expected to do?
What he's expected to do?
Khan.
Say Khan, I don't want Khan, and do what he's instructed to do.
No, he's supposed to come here in all black, get that broom, that dustpan.
Put in the work.
You understand? We don't care who you was in the world. A rich man to come in here and guess what he gonna do? He's gonna get in all black, grab a broom and a dustpan, and do everything every man before him came in here to do.
That's right.
And we get to the top of the class. You got to be in this truth, you have to be willing to sacrifice, man. You understand? And we're gonna pull some heavy scriptures to show you that to be in this truth, meaning to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to put off the old conversation and do what?
Put on the new man.
You got to put on the new man. And if you rich before this truth, listen, If LeBron James decide he want to come into the IHUPK Detroit, he's going to be put in all black, right? We don't care about his money. We don't care about how many slam dunks you could do, right? But you're going to come in here in all black. You're going to humble yourself, and you're going to become a baby, man. And you're going to do everything every great officer and captain and general did before him. You understand? Which is sacrifice and do the work of the Lord, man. Get in all black, cut the grass, take trash out, drive men around, make runs to the chicken joint. You understand? That's the life of a man that has to prove himself to come into the body of Christ. So, you know what I'm saying? Last week we touched down on the one body of Christ and the confusion in Israel. Right now we going tonight's topic is we're gonna focus on what it takes to be in this truth, what men go through, which you other brothers not willing to go through, because why? You wanna feed your lust. You wanna do it your way. You understand? So we're gonna pull a few scriptures and we're gonna touch down. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's give me Isaiah 55:8. Yeah. You can touch down on that real quick. I got a few scriptures to cover. Bro.
Deuteronomy 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people.
We are holy, we're separate. We're not equal to everybody. We're a nation that has been established to operate a certain way. And because we don't do that, women, men, you understand? You know, it's disgusting to the Most High. Think about it. The Most High was ready to throw us away. And then there was a soldier that stepped up and said, you know what, if I got to do it, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? To save my nation. And that coincides with making sacrifices, man, to build the nation. You got to be willing to sacrifice your personal lust, man, stop feeding your flesh. Instead, put that energy into the nation, man, to help build this nation. All right? Keep reading.
Kanawakan. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
You have chosen who?
Chosen thee.
Chosen every nation.
Chosen thee.
Keep going.
To be a special people unto himself
Go ahead.
above all people.
So that's it right there. And we pulled Deuteronomy 4 to show you the other nations would look at us and say, damn, look how they operate. They don't operate like us. This is the heathen nation talking about the nation of Israel when they finally get it together, man. When brothers will start loving each other as they self. When our women will stop being, when they'll stop being whores. When they'll stop trying to rule over the man. You understand? You learned that behavior from the so-called white man.
That's right.
You understand? You learned that from the Christian church, your Christian mother. You understand? When the Christian church is the house of Satan, and it's directly against the Bible. It's directly against what we push, what Christ was pushing. You understand? So give me Isaiah 55:8. Let's go. And we're gonna show you, man. Before you come into this truth, it's something that you have to do. You understand? The Most High does not care about your little feelings, your little thoughts in your mind. You think you the man. You got this much money in the white man kingdom and all that garbage, man. The Most High, I'm going to show you right here, man. In the book of Isaiah, the 55th chapter. Let's go.
Isaiah 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
The Most High said what?
For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
So when you come in here, you understand, you get checked for something small. Like, man, why you take that trash out? Or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You want to get emotional about something like that. The Most High said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Meaning what? To come serve the Lord, you got to change your thoughts. You got to change your mind pattern and how you've been operating the earth. Read it again.
Isaiah 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
And guess what? Before a man or a woman come into this body of Christ, what are usually their thoughts, Mashah?
Their thoughts are towards drugs, sexual debauchery, using their brother to make more money, destroying their own people.
Oh, that's correct. I wanted something a little stronger. They got a certain status quo. I'm something. You understand? I'm this man that's getting this bread. I used to do this and that. Ho, where you at? Give me that preset. Any man that think of himself to be something, he have deceived himself. We're gonna jump right back to it. But before you come into this truth, you need to humble yourself. You know what I mean? And a lot of brothers and sisters, man, if you're not willing to humble yourself, if you're not willing to, you understand, kill the old person, you can't serve two masters. You can't say you know, you have to be 10 toes down in this truth. You know what I mean? Just like your life before the truth, you're gonna have good days in this truth. You're gonna have some days Satan gonna be on your head. You know what I mean? But guess what? If you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, Christ then laid down a blueprint for how you to deal and operate with your brothers and sisters in this nation, which would establish us above all the other nations, and we will operate like a well-oiled machine. You got what I'm looking for? All right, no sweat. Let me help you out. I'll find it, no sweat. Them kind of scriptures on that. But you wanted to add on to what I was just saying? You don't have nothing to add on that? Yeah, but you know, a lot of men come in this body and say what they used to do and all that. You got it, most on Christ. We don't want to hear we don't want to hear none of that garbage, man. Because what you saying to us is you assisted on destroying our people, man. You understand? If you ain't came in here and paid tithes, you ain't came in here and assisted to do any work of the Lord, we don't want to hear that garbage. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of people cannot come into the truth, because they don't want to sacrifice. You understand? They don't want to do the work of the Lord. What do they want to do? They want to satisfy what they flesh want. You understand? That's what separates us from people in the world, all right? Read what you got. You got it?
Romans 12:3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according to God, as God has dealt to every man the measure of faith.
You want Galatians 6:3-5. Let's go. We'll finish Isaiah 55 after that. Right. Galatians chapter 6, verse 3-5.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something.
For if a man do what?
Think himself to be something.
What does that mean? If a man, go ahead, young man.
Salakia said, if a man think of himself to be something, that means like thinking of himself to be something as like thinking of yourself to being a officer in the ICPK.
I know what you're talking about, but that's not what I'm looking for. Give it back to the officer. No sweat. That could be. You know what? That could be true. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that is true. Because we got a lot of guys out there that imitate us. As a matter of fact, get a young man a hand. Any man that think that he's doing the work of the Lord and he's a false prophet, he has deceived himself, man. That brother was right. You understand? But that wasn't the context I was coming from. But that was excellent. Because a lot of brothers out there calling themselves generals and they say they this and that. But you ain't in the body of Christ. But you learned from you learned from the body. And that was my last breakdown last week. Salakia. Go ahead, Michelle. Read what you got.
Khan our Khan. Galatians 6, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For if a man think himself to be something,
Go ahead.
when he is nothing,
When he is what?
he is nothing.
So, from the context I'm talking about, could you break that down?
Khan our Khan. Baba Kashaf Fameh,
Go ahead.
When a man think he's an expert in the word of the Most High, and he get out here and talk to people, he's doing what the young brother said. He's trying to imitate the true priests and prophets of the Most High, and he represents himself to be a priest and prophet of the Most High, but he's nothing.
Okay, let me help you out. I'm talking more so on a brother that's trying to come in this body, and before he came in his body, he was doing this and that.
Khan.
Right? And because of that, he don't want to come in here and say Khan, I don't want Khan to another black man. But when he see a white man in the streets, he say, yes, sir. You know what I mean? I'm talking about a brother that got a high so-called high status quo in the world. But when it come time to come in here and serve the Lord, he does not match up to the priests and prophets of the Lord, the real priests of the, you know what I'm saying, the real priests of the Lord, man. We don't care about what you did in the earth and how much money you made off destroying our people. You think we want to hear that garbage? You know what I'm saying? So any man that thought he was something, you deceived yourself. Keep reading. Finish this scripture.
Khan.
I'm gonna give you the floor.
For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing,
When he's nothing,
he deceiveth.
A filthy, disgusting drug dealer, man, is going to get put to death by the Most High. You nothing already. So because you think you something and destroying the Lord's people, you're gonna get punished for that. You're gonna get put to death. All right. And it's not gonna be by the priests in the UPK. The Lord gonna do it. All right. Keep reading.
He deceiveth himself.
Deceived himself to come amongst the prophets and tell us how much money. Like I said earlier, if LeBron James come in here and talk about all the hundreds of millions of dollars that he made from playing basketball, we won't be impressed. You know what we'd be impressed by? If LeBron James get an all black, you know what I'm saying, for 90 days, take the officer's test, you understand, Officer 50 get ranked up and go build a couple schools, man, and pour all that money you made from the white man in the Israelite school at UPK. Then you will be, you understand, you'll get a little honor, you understand, in the eyes of the Most High. Go ahead, Mashai, what you have?
Khan. It's heavy that the scripture here uses the word deceiveth himself.
Mm-hmm.
Deception and being deceived, there is no middle ground.
Right.
There is no gray area in deception. For the instant that you recognize, the very instant you recognize that you've been deceived, you're no longer deceived. But when you're deceived, you know nothing. You have no clue whatsoever. So if you are a big time, supposedly African American so-called star, and you put your faith and you let that notoriety out here in this hell make you believe you to be something, and you really go after it, you do, because you believe it with everything. You have no clue that you are on the wrong path. And the Bible is saying you are deceived. You're going down the road blindly.
Right.
You're going down the road blindly. If last week we had that lecture over at the building with the old people. And I recognized how deceived so many of my elders, and I'm not a young man, are. They truly believe that they're walking in the truth, and the more we tell them, the more it was explained to them what the Bible really says. the more they defended the deception because they didn't know that they're deceived, but they're going to be destroyed.
But you know why? You know why they felt so proud? It's no different than the Sadducees and Pharisees back during that time.
Kind of what come.
You understand? They had that same spirit. You understand? 'Cause that's who turned. That's who got Christ ultimately put to death. So you know what? This nigga right here pushing this truth, shaking. He trying to shake up the government of Rome, man. You know what I mean? This the same kind of people, man. And and I was going over some scripture last night. If you follow Christ, because they hated Christ, listen, they're gonna hate you too.
That's right.
You understand that? So let's move on with the class. Lock it. Let's get Isaiah 55 and 8. That's heavy, yo. That lecture that Cap did was heavy, man. And to see the reaction of them, the senior citizens, man. We understood that they was Christians, but hey, we really if you say you love the Lord so much, why you got a problem with the Bible? You understand? Now I gotta prove it in the scriptures. Give me 1 John 2 and 4. It's a lock. I gotta prove what I'm saying now. I'm gonna show you why they hated it. They never been properly educated in the Bible, man. You understand? I remember when I first came into the truth, the brothers were breaking down the Bible. I'm like, what? It took me about 2 or 3 months to come to it. I ain't gonna lie, I had to really research. I'm like, wait a minute, that's how you know I was full Christian, man. You understand? But when I did the research and really did my due diligence, I'm like, man, this right here is the truth. That's right. You get my point? Let's get 1 John 2 and 4.
1 John 2 and 4. He that saith, I know him.
He that do what?
Saith, I know him.
So, sidebar. I feel like we sidebarred a little bit. We're going to get right back on topic. Like you brought up the lecture. Them senior citizens say they was in the Christian church. They say they was following the Most High. They say they know him, right? It was a so-called evangelist lady that walked up out of there because she seen niggas and she didn't understand she was dealing with the priests and prophets of the Lord. That's right. You understand? Scholars in this Bible. You see what I'm saying? And Cap cut her. She got up and left. What the scripture say? The wicked flee when no man pursue.
No man pursue.
You get my point? Keep reading.
1 John 2 and 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments.
So this is a cut right here on all the Christian, everybody.
Every Christian.
Y'all don't keep the commandments of the Most. Y'all teach that the commandments and the laws of the Most High are done away with. You see what I'm saying? This is the cut in the execution of the Christian church right here. Read it from the top.
Again, I want 1 John 2, verse 4. Mm-hmm. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Is a what?
Is a liar.
Is a liar. Now listen, we say the Christian church is the house of Satan. And the devil descends from Satan. Meaning what? The Christian church is the house of Satan. Because what do they teach?
The doctrines of men. They don't teach the Bible.
And what do they teach? Lies.
Lies.
So when we come with this truth, the spirit cannot deal with it. All right. Let me get on with this topic though. I feel like I'm postponing it now. Give me Isaiah 55 and 8. Because this whole topic right here is giving a blueprint on what it takes to be in this truth, man. Big ups to Commander Jenny Yohana. You know what I'm saying? General Muhammad, all the 7 generals, man, that sacrificed so much for this school to be what it is today. Them men did tireless work. You understand? And they had that faith which requires the body of Christ to continue on, man. And if they didn't have that, you know what I'm saying, it would be a catastrophe, man. You understand? But because the men held on and sacrificed so much, we can come and learn from you know what I'm saying, strong men that held on to the truth. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to show you in the scriptures. Read what you got.
Isaiah 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Go ahead.
Neither are your ways my ways.
So who is this talking? It's the Most High. He don't care about your little mind and your little emotion and how you feel. He don't. The Most High does not care about how you feel. You know what he care about? Your ability to keep these laws. Your ability to be obedient to what he instructed you to do. You understand? As the children of Israel, he don't care about how you feel or who you thought you was before you came up in here. You get my point? Woman or man, you got to become new up in here. Don't nobody care how you feel, man. And this coming from, read it from the top again. Let's go.
Isaiah 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Go ahead.
Neither are my ways your ways, saith the Lord.
So he making a clear distinction that he's on a whole nother level. He know how you operate. He know you weak. He know you want to feed your flesh. He know you want to do whatever. You tired. You don't feel like carrying out this order. You don't feel like doing this for your husband. You understand? You just stiff-necked and rebellious. The Most High got you down to a T, Israel. He know that. Keep going.
Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth,
Go ahead.
so are my ways higher than yours.
Damn. That's where the Most High dwell, right there in the heavens. And you down here in the earth, and you think your feelings matter, man? You understand? It does not. If you got to recognize this first before you come to the truth. You see what I'm saying? You got to get this broke down to you. Read on.
And my thoughts than your thoughts.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater.
You see that? Keep reading.
Verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
You see that? So he just made a contrast. Like the Most High created the rain and the snow to do what to the earth? Go ahead.
Kanwakan, to nourish the earth, to water it.
And do what? And make it do what?
To bring forth bud, to cause it to replenish itself, to seed to grow.
To grow. That's what I was looking for. Then he compared that to the truth, to the law, statutes, commandments that he gave us. That will give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to do what? Look at me, Musha. To rise us above the other nations and make us grow as well. You see that? You understand? It's not how much. I'm not telling a young man not to go in the gym and go crazy and lift the whole gym. You understand? But this wisdom, you got to have this wisdom and knowledge, man. You understand? You can be bench press 1,000 pounds, man, and the Lord ain't with you. You're gonna become a paraplegic. You're gonna get hit by a car. See that? You got to have this wisdom and knowledge of the Lord, man. That's your only defense in this hell in America that we in. All right. What verse you at?
Verse 11, other one.
Read 11.
Come. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
You got to look at the truth, man. If the Lord, if a prophet pouring that truth into you, you understand? We doing something in this truth. We growing. You understand? And before you come into this truth, first you got to humble yourself, all right? You got to become a new person. You understand? Give me Ephesians 4:22. Ephesians 4:22.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22.
That's the one I need.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation.
That you do what?
That ye put off concerning the former conversation.
So if you don't put off that former conversation, that I used to do this, I used to get this, do that, and that, and that. If you don't put that off, you understand, these laws, statutes, and commandments won't get poured into your spirit to make you grow. You understand? And it's another precept, paraphrasing. If you're trying to put that new wine in old bottles, what is it going to do, Michelle?
It's going to burst the
It's going to
bag.
burst, and it's going to cause you to leave the truth, and you're going to be right back in the world, and the Lord is going to put you to death. That's what's going to happen for you. All right? Keep reading what you got.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
The what?
The old man.
The old man. What is the old man?
Khan, that's that fella who I was before I came into the truth.
That's before you received that Hebrew name.
Khan.
You understand? You got to shed yourself of the world. What world am I talking about? The world that taught you that reindeers fly in the sky. The world taught you that you know what I'm saying, it's okay for a man to lay with another man. The world that taught you that you supposed to serve that woman. When in reality, the Lord said, man, I created the woman to help you. And she should submit herself unto you as unto the Lord. You understand? She's not supposed to be a monster in this nation of Israel. Where did she learn that from? Come on, man. The Christian church.
That's right.
And inevitably, the so-called white man. Keep reading.
The old man, which is corrupt.
Which is what?
Corrupt.
So before all of us came into the truth, man, we was some type of way. We was disgusting. You understand? We was on a path to death or the prison system. Everybody. You was doing something disgusting. You understand? You might have a college degree. You might have a little good slavery, right? But you, in the Most High eyes, you was the disgusting bastard. You understand? And you come in this truth. You know what I mean? And thinking of yourself as something, you need to humble yourself down. You know what I'm saying? And be thankful that the Most High chose you to come into this truth, man, and to change your life. That's the whole point of this thing right here. This is not the social club, all right? We not a gang. You understand? We bringing Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians back to the law, statutes, and commandments to serve the Most High. You understand? That's the whole goal right there. To seal our people with this truth, man, so our king can return, so we can get the hell up out of here, man. It's not a game, man. If you think it's a game, the Lord gonna spew you up out of this body. You see what I'm saying? If you faking the funk, you gonna be up out of here. You understand? And we ain't gonna force you. The Lord gonna do it. All right. Keep reading.
Which is corrupt.
Which is what?
Corrupt.
Keep going.
According to the deceitful lust.
You see that? According to the deceitful lust. What is the deceitful lust?
Khan, that's that base word again. Deceitful is lust that make you think it's okay, it's good, it's profitable, when all it's doing is destroying you.
It's destroying you, and also you're discussing the Most High.
That's right.
You understand? What is lust? When you feed your flesh with abominations that offend the Most High. See what I'm saying? Instead of putting that energy towards the nation and sacrificing that we about to touch down on, you rather please your belly or please your sexual need. All right, that's all we want. That's all. And instead, and to recognize that our nation is destroyed and you still operate like that. You understand? Of course, I ain't talking about nobody in this body, but I'm just saying, brothers that say they in the truth, man, come on, man. You would rather feed your pockets than to be in one accord like the Lord commanded us to do. That's how I know you're Christian. All right? Salakia. Kid, I got to stay on focus. Keep reading.
Khan. And that ye put on, Salakia, verse 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Damn, be renewed in the spirit of your mind. What is that talking about?
Khan. I have to think differently because in this captivity, I was taught to think a certain way, which led me to chase after lust. Now I have to chase after something. I have to renew my mind because the lust is deceitful.
It's deceitful. It tricked you.
It tricked me. So now that I've been tricked, now I have to find something else to concentrate my mind on if I'm going to live in a way that the Most High wants me to live.
And listen, who put that deceitful lust on you?
The white man, who's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Give him a hand, man. That's more important. I had to tell. I couldn't let that slide. That's why we destroyed because and that guess what? That's Satan's job. You understand? And he is over the devil. You know what I mean? He's over the spirit of the devil, right? Are you done with that scripture?
Come.
You read up to 24?
You want me to go to 24?
Come. No sweat. We don't have no questions on lines, do we? All right, no sweat. Let's go.
Verse 24. And that ye put on the new man.
That you put on what?
The new man.
You got to put on a new man to operate in this body right here. You cannot serve two masters. You have to be 100-toed. You got to be 10-toed. Like, you know how they say in the rap song, you got to be 10-toed. I'm 10 toes down. You understand? You got to be in this thing, man. Because if you ain't, the Lord going to expose you. You can't be around these priests. You understand? You can't be around the sisters that's righteous.
That's
because
right.
why? Demons going to get on you, and then the Lord is going to expose that, right? Now, if on the flip side to that, if you was doing what the Most High said, if you was locked in, you gonna fit right in, right? But if you got demons on you, if you ain't doing something you ain't supposed to be doing that you know that's wrong, come on, man. Matthew 5:48 say, "Be ye therefore perfect, as your Father is in heaven." You understand? You have a dialogue with a Christian. What do they say? Oh, you can't be perfect. It's impossible. The Lord know my heart and all that garbage. Christ said, man, you got to be perfect, and I set the example for you to be perfect. Ain't no excuses, no cowards, man. You know what I mean? Stop being so selfish. You got to listen. You got to be willing to sacrifice in this truth, man. And the mighty generals above us, man. I seen pictures when them brothers sacrificed everything and was sleeping on the floor in the basement, man, to teach the truth of the Lord, man. You understand? So you can't stop feeding your flesh, man. And you wonder why they got so much pedigree in this body, man, because they did what the Lord told them to do, man. Sacrifice for your brother. Love thy brother as thyself. A man leave his family, slavery and everything to teach the word of the Lord. That's a soldier, man. You get my point? You know what I'm saying? These internet groups, man, they on the typing. You understand? Put your boots on, man, and really do the work, man. I seen did you see that picture?
Which picture?
The picture that the general slept in to keep one of the schools going. Junior Hanna and all them was sleeping in the basement, man. That's the sacrifice right there that we going into, man. You understand? We should want to. If you're an officer in this UPK, you should want to be on that level right there. Sacrifice everything, man. You understand? To hell with how you feel, right? You understand? Tell that real. I got work. I got to do the work of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit in here today. I got to go do the work of the Lord with my brothers. If you're a young man, I'm encouraging you, man. Get your rib in order and tell her you got to go do the work of the Lord. Otherwise, that sister is you got to either raise her up, or maybe she's not the sister for you. Shalaki, that's not my call to decide. You got to raise her up and put her through the fire, man. You understand? But I want to be on them generals level, man. You got to want to put it on the line, and we're gonna show you scriptures tonight about sacrificing while you in the truth. You understand? Which is absolute brotherhood. You know what I mean? Where you at? You finished that scripture?
La one.
Keep going.
Ephesians 4:24, and that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness.
And true holiness, man. Holy means separate. He didn't choose a certain people to do what the other nations do. You see what I'm saying? He didn't put us on this earth to celebrate Christmas. You understand? To be subservient up under a woman, to do all the abominable things that he hates. He established a law for you to be above all nations, right? Give me Philippians 3:13. Yeah, let's go 3:13 real quick.
Philippians chapter 3, verse 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind.
I forget what?
Forgetting those things which are behind.
So when you come in here, man, all black, you got to become new and forget all those things behind. We don't want to hear how much of a monster you was back in the past. You understand? Read it from the top.
Philippians chapter 3, verse 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
And what are we reaching forth to? Because of course, we officers, man. What are we reaching forth to right now?
Well, we're reaching forth to perfection in our obedience to the Most High, and to His law, statutes, and commandments. And we're reaching forth and looking forward to Yahushua returning and getting those crowns, which would be the proof that we did the right thing while we was here.
And what is the right thing? I'm looking for a specific answer. What you saying is on point.
Obey the law, statute, commandments, and the Most High one.
You got to go out there and do the work. You got to sacrifice. It's gonna take sacrifice, man. Jenny and Hannah, man, them brothers were sleeping in the basement, man. You understand? To push this truth. So if you lacing up them boots, man, you are held to a high standard to go out there and deal with them brothers do, to go get your brothers, man. You understand? I don't want to go. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but man, we got a decree to go get our brothers out the earth, man. You understand that? And this is not for show. This is not a game. I take this very seriously, and you know, you got to do it. You got to do it, man. Why do I say that? Because the men before us that we look up to, they did it. You understand? They did it. Now we got to do it, and we got to raise men up under us to do it, man. That's our job in the earth. Go get our brothers, man. All right. Keep reading.
But this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
See that? So we reaching forth unto a brother that don't have the truth. We reaching forth. We doing this work. We doing these classes. We organizing these events. You understand? You got to reach forth and not go backwards. Right? Give me Luke 11:52. Right? Give me Luke 11:52.
Luke chapter 11, verse 52. Woe unto you, lawyers, for ye have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entered in ye hindered.
Salaki. I don't think that's the one I'm looking for. Salaki. It may be 32. Salaki. I don't think that's the one I'm looking for. No. That's not it. No sweat. Give me 1 Samuel 2:8. You know what? Salakia. Luke 1:5. I believe that's it. Luke 1.
Luke chapter 1, verse 5. There was in the days of Herod the king.
Salakia. It's Luke 1:52. Salakia. I got it.
Come what come.
That's what I'm looking for.
Luke chapter 1, verse 52. He hath put down the mighty from their seats.
What is this talking about?
Khan. This, I would say, without having everything in context, that the Most High, he sets up authorities. He sets up kings, and he tears them down when he gets ready. A man don't run nothing.
That's correct. But you got to think on the context of what the top of the class is.
Well,
Like you got to sacrifice and humble yourself. You understand? And as we mentioned earlier, we don't recognize a man that got riches in the white man's kingdom, right? You understand? So if you come in here, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to humble yourself. Read it from the top.
Luke 1, verse 52. He hath put down the mighty from their seats.
So a man that was on the earth that was making some astronomical number. You understand? When they come in here, guess what? The numbers mean nothing to us. You know what it means to us? How many camps have you held? How many lectures have you did? How many men have you brought in the body of Christ? You know what I'm saying? How many you make all that money? How much money have you poured into the nation of Israel? In the school? How much side money have you paid? That's what the men of the Lord are going to look at, right? Keep reading.
And exalted them of low degree.
And did what?
Exalted them of low degree.
Well, once again, you got to sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice all that so-called life you was living, and you're going to come to a low degree. Take the trash out, cut the grass. You understand? And did everything that Commander Jenny Hanna did as a trooper in his body of Christ. From on down. You know what I'm saying? All of us have did it. Guess what? If LeBron James decided to come to this truth, and I hate to keep using the brother name, but I'm just for an example, because I know that's a brother that our brothers and sisters love and look up to. But listen, he's going to be brought down to what?
A low degree.
Keep reading.
Verse 53. He hath filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he hath sent empty away.
Most High Christ. Let me get 1 Samuel 2:8. No sweat. 1 Samuel 2:8. So, you know what I mean? A rich man, the highest stature, you just move all that. You're going to come here and sweep the floors. Otherwise, you're not strong enough spiritually to sit around these men that sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Every man that's sitting next to me, we sacrifice everything.
Come.
You understand? And most importantly, our king, what did he sacrifice? Imagine what he sacrificed for the nation. You understand? It's not what you think in your mind. It's not what makes you feel good. What did our king sacrifice? You understand? What did the soldiers in this army sacrifice? Right?
Come.
Let's go.
1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 8. He raiseth up the poor, raiseth up the poor out of the dust. And
Stop right there. How does he raise the poor out the dust? Think about it. He raised the poor out the dust. And then you think about Genesis. Adam got raised from the dust. That's how you know it was people before Adam.
Come.
This is a precept about the dust right here. You understand? Welcome to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We gonna teach you a Bible lesson today. All right? Read it again.
1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust.
And did Adam get raised from the dust?
Come.
Let's break this down, priest.
To be raised out the dust, to mean to be given the knowledge that takes you from among those lost people and those things that cause you to be in opposition to the Most High.
That's it. It's excellent. But when you do those things, the other nations would look at you like we just read in Deuteronomy 4. It said the children of Israel did this one thing. You understand? I'll take a brother out the dust, show him his nationality, and show him the law, statutes, and commandments that he's supposed to keep. Man, that man is like fine gold, man, to the Most High. That's right. You see what I'm saying? And then the other nations will look at him when the brother's strong and has confidence now, because America has set up a systemic system to belittle, especially a Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian man. You're belittled every day in this hell, man, in this kingdom. Right. Your woman, you understand, your job, every day you being belittled, man. You understand? That's why the white man he's a cunning hunter. You understand? The most subtle beast in the field. He has set up a systemic system for your confidence level to be oppressed, man. You don't have, and then you wonder why you can't get no employment, because you so beaten down spiritually and mentally. When you go to the damn interview, they see like, man, this brother don't have no confidence. And who did that? The Christian church and a woman. You see what I'm saying? Read.
And lifted up the beggar from the dunghill.
You see that? We raise men up in here, man. We tell them who they is, and we raise a man from the dust to be a king, to be a prince of the power. You understand? That's what we raising men up to do, and we giving these men their nationality back, and we giving them the law, statutes, and commandments, which is the wisdom and knowledge that will raise them above the nations, man. That's why the law class is so heavy. And guess what? When your woman see you spiritually being risen up to that spiritual level, guess what? She's gonna follow you. You get my point? Keep reading.
Come. And lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes.
To set them among what?
Princes.
Go ahead.
And to make them inherit the throne of glory.
See that? To make them inherit the throne of the Most High, man. The throne of the glory is the kingdom of heaven. That's what we raising men up to do, man. To inherit the kingdom of heaven, which is what belongs to us. It don't belong to the white man or the Chinese man. You got your kingdom right now. But it's going to flip. It's going to flip. That's in the book of Genesis, man. The elder is going to serve the younger. You understand? Who is the elder? Esau. Who is the younger? Jacob. You get my point? Let's get some more, man. Give me Romans 12 and 16. Give me Romans 12 and 16, man. We got any questions online? If we don't, no sweat. Let's keep rolling.
Romans chapter 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind one toward another.
Be of what?
The same mind one toward another.
So being of the same mind, what does that mean? Have we been of the same mind? It go back to my last breakdown last week. You only can have one camp. You only have one school. It's not 20 schools, right? Read it from the top one more time and give me your breakdown on that, please.
Romans 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind one towards another. You want the whole verse, other one? Or
No,
just
break that part down real quick.
To be of the same mind, prior to this, verse 15 say, rejoice with them that do rejoice and weep with them that weep. This is brotherhood in its essence. When you come into this ISUPK.
And what does that mean?
That means I love my brother just as I love myself.
That's correct. I want another answer. To hit a home run for the audience. You know what I'm saying? I want a little bit more stronger answer.
I have to be of the same mind of the brothers who came before me.
That's it. That's it right there. Being in the same mind, meaning what? We believe in the same thing. We believe that it, you know what I'm saying? We believe that it's one body.
One body.
Like you just said, we believe love thy brother as thyself. You understand? You got to believe in the same thing. Now, contrary to the, I don't want to keep focusing on the Bible study group, Salaki. I spent 2 hours on that last week. I can't keep going, man. Salaki. I got to edify the people, right? Well, we believe in, we are in one accord. You know what I mean? We in one motion. We believe in the same thing. You understand? And guess what? What I'm saying, the brother in Chicago is saying. The brother in Florida is saying. Brother in Cali saying. Texas. UK. You understand? These brothers is rocking it out. We got this. We believe in the same thing. Read it from the top.
Romans 12, chapter 6. Salakia. Romans chapter 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind one toward another.
What does that mean? We know we got to treat each other and honor each other a certain way, man. That the Most High Christ commanded us to do. Which is, once again, it's a law, statute, and commandment. If I have an art with my brother, I can't, you understand, get on the phone or go to another brother, another sister, and talk about this brother. I got to go to that brother. You understand? That's being on one accord. Keep reading.
Mind not high things.
Mind not what?
High things.
Mind not the high things. What is that talking about?
That's heavy right there, other one. If I'm becoming more and more ISUPK, the high things are status. High things are position. High things are how much money I got, what I can buy. The lust of the flesh, lustful things. If you look at high things, it's things that will cause you to err. You'd be the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, and the lust of the eyes. Those are high things. Other one.
Oh, I got this. I don't even want to go in. You nailed it, man. You understand? Keep reading.
But condescend to men of low estate.
What that mean? Go to them brothers. The brother that come through the door. That's kind of, he don't have that confidence that we have right now as officers, right? You want to go to that brother? What's going on, brother? You all right? How you feeling? You want to make that brother comfortable. You know what I mean? You go. The strong was here for a reason, to protect the weak. You get that? You understand? A brother come in here, that brother walked through the door, man. That right there is a miracle. You understand? A man walked through this door is finer than gold.
Damn right.
You understand? And we got to treat them brothers that way when they walk through here. Also, you understand? You got to also try the spirit by the spirit. You see what I'm saying? But, a man coming in here that has high zeal, and you see he's a potential brother that can do great works in this truth, man. You want to, and a man might be of low confidence. Read it from the top, what you just got. Now, you got the floor after that.
Romans 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind one toward another.
Go ahead.
Mind not the high things, but condescend to men of low estate.
Condescend, meaning come down to the men that had low confidence. That's been destroyed under the so-called white man. When he finally wake up, you know what I mean? Come down to that level. You know what I mean? This is heavy. That sound like Christ. Is that really red? That sound like Christ. Oh, who was that? Paul.
Paul, other one.
Oh yeah, I know one of the two. Salaki, go ahead.
Kind of what kind. Baba Kashaf, if I may, the prime example of this particular scripture in action, but condescend to men of lower state, is my first Passover. And
right.
my very first Passover. And the general called me to his table
Most High Christ.
and poured me a drink at his bottle.
Wow.
I will remember that to the day I die.
And that's what, like, if I could, things like that you would never forget, man. You understand? The men that you see, that you've been watching before you had a chance to meet, man, they don't hold themselves in high statues like the so-called celebrities in the world. Wow. And these men have did glorious works in the earth. They should get this kind of praise, like you know what I'm saying, the praise that the men get in this. But Jenny and Hannah don't teach that. And that's what I respect about, you know what I'm saying, Commander Jenny Hannah and all the men that he raised up under him. Like, when I finally had a chance to meet these men, it was authentic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing but brotherhood, man. And I want to pass that down and exalt the same brotherhood, man. And every man in this army should do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Imagine, and this is what the Bible said. Imagine you meet your hero. You understand? And he's the asshole. He's a sucker. You understand? Because of his stature. That ain't the case with the men. The Giants in the UPK. The Giants in the UPK is gonna kick it with you. You understand? And then they love you, right? You know what I mean? It's a family up in here, man, and it's glorious, man. I would trade nothing for the brotherhood and what I've learned in the ISUPK and the Commander Jane Honda. And I'm tell you something. We got the solution to fix black people, black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people. Right. You know what I mean? You understand? What you got to do is try something different. All right, go ahead, Michelle.
Baba Kashaf, if I may, Alawan.
Go ahead.
And this Passover, I couldn't believe I saw two generals in a damn spade tournament with everybody. The sisters, everybody.
Man, there's nothing like it, man.
These generals, I've been in the white man's military. A general ain't nobody to play with. A general, if a general say go, 20,000 niggas go that way.
Yeah.
This is how much power. But these generals said, well, we're gonna play some spades with the brothers and sisters out here and drink some liquor with the brothers and sisters. And they made themselves available to us they condescend.
That's right.
They came down.
That's right.
To our level, no matter.
That's right. What
their level might be because of the work they do.
Right.
They come down to meet us right where we are.
Damn right.
Right
that's
where
powerful.
We are.
And that's what.
To them generals,
damn right. That's when I came around my first year, man, and it was around the men that I was watching. You know what I'm saying? Every day, it was it was something different. You know what I'm saying? And that's called brotherhood. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be too long-winded on that. You understand? Keep reading. Where you at?
Still in verse 16. One more sentence.
Okay, go ahead.
Be not wise in your own conceits.
Be not wise in what?
Your own conceits.
Meaning what? Break that down.
Come on. This real. Once you've been in these classes, some of this stuff just jump out because I've never heard the breakdown on this, but I believe it means get out my own head, get out my own mind. Yeah. Quit thinking I know every damn thing.
Think about conceit mean conceited.
Conceited, self-centered.
Don't be wise in your own. You got to humble yourself.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Before you come amongst these men that did so much work that we don't even. It's so much work these men did to make this possible for where it's at right now. You don't understand. And it takes sacrifice, man.
That's right.
You got to be willing to sacrifice for the nation. You get my point?
I don't know what kind.
And, men above me, I see the men above me, man, as champions.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Men that did it, and the men under us should do it too. It's not about looking a certain way. Yeah, look good, but what work are you doing? You see what I'm saying? I don't care how many slaveries you got.
That's right.
You understand? We was in the Midwest last year with Captain Marvel Quad down in Cincinnati. Captain Salakia Cap. I got to put this out there because the brother is such an excellent brother and leader. You know what I mean? The brother got 2 slaveries and he's a captain of the Midwest. And he's still getting the work done, so it's no excuses, man. I don't want to hear you. You got to find a way to get it done.
That's right.
And what more? I mean, the brother's in that position for a reason, man. You understand? You got to be locked in, 10 toes down, sacrifice. You know what I mean? Everybody know Captain Mawqua's story. He went down in Philly and learned the truth, man, for 3 years. Left everything behind. And now he's the head over the Midwest. Come on, man. And these men have did that, all right?
Come.
All right. Let's get James 1 and 1. Would you finish with that one?
That was the end of it.
Let's get James 1 and 1. About to wrap this class up. We probably got about 20, 30 more minutes. All right.
James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God and of Lord Jesus Christ.
A servant, man. This is a brother that's in the truth, that's doing the work. He's sacrificing. All right. Keep going.
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
What does the word scattered mean?
Scattered, kan, mean to be cast out indiscriminately. And I can look it up.
That's what you should do. If you don't know, we train to look it up, but we don't know, and we gonna educate the people that's watching. We gonna educate you on the word scattered, and then it's a word after that we gonna touch down on too as well, right?
Scattered, internet definition, an adjective occurring or found at intervals or various locations rather than all together.
Give me the Merriman's definition, if you could.
Kan.
No sweat.
Scattered, from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. The act of scattering. Definition 2, the state or extent of being scattered, especially scattering. And we have more.
No sweat. Scattered means to be dispersed.
To be dispersed.
Same thing you just read. You know what I'm saying? And who was scattered? That who's talking right here? Who? Go ahead.
The children of Israel.
And who was that?
Black, Spanish, and Native Indian.
That's what you need to take out the camp right there.
Kan.
When you pull this scripture, you want to say Israelites. We understand Israel was scattered, but who was scattered? The Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians were scattered.
Kan.
You understand? Keep reading. Keep reading that verse.
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
What does the word abroad mean?
Kan. Abroad means to be in a faraway place.
In a faraway place.
To be scattered abroad to mean to be scattered or to be pushed someplace else, not here. Abroad and it normally means far away when they say abroad.
Far away from what?
Your homeland.
That's it right there. Excellent answer. Give that brother a hand. I'm gonna give you a hand on that one. Because that was the answer I was looking for. We were scattered abroad from our homeland. We're not in Jerusalem. You understand? But we are in Port. What is it? Rich Port.
That's Puerto Rico.
You understand? We are in Jamaica. We are in Haiti. You understand? We are in the United States. We
Con.
through the four corners of the earth, but we're not in Jerusalem, man.
We're not in
You
Jerusalem.
understand? The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. Read it one more time.
Come. James 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad,
Keep going.
greeting. Verse 2, my brethren.
My who?
My brethren.
My brother, that's talking about the nation of Israel. We just established that he was talking to the Israelites. He ain't talking to every nation. All right? Keep going.
Come. Count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations.
Diverse what?
Temptations.
When you come to this truth and get your Hebrew name, get that officership, you're going to have diverse temptations, man. You got to be willing to sacrifice them goddamn temptations. You got to be strong enough to understand that your king made several temptations. We are to be perfect as our Father is in heaven, man. That's what Christ told us. Go ahead.
Khan. One of the first things, it got to be right at the first questions that I had to think about seriously when I came to this school in Detroit.
Damn right.
I was told immediately, if you serious about being in this truth, prepare yourself to be tempted and tested.
That's a brother that know that. That's a brother that. Let me tell you, whoever told you that was deeply rooted in the truth, because he told you what I'm teaching right now. You understand? That's heavy. I kind of got a clue who told you that, but any priest told you that was excellent. You know what I mean? That's excellent right there. Let's keep reading.
Verse 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith.
That the trying of what?
Your faith.
Your what?
Your faith.
What is our faith, man? It's one body.
Well, we have one faith.
Well, what is our faith?
Our faith is this is difficult to make the average person understand, but my faith is the reason I obey the law, statute, commandments of the Most High.
And because you believe in the law, statutes, and commandments, you do what?
Obey them.
But you do the work.
Do the work. It's the work. Our faith.
And all of us, if I could, all of us do the same work. Right? Now I gotta jump back. Take me back to Romans 12 and 16. All of us do the same work. Because we all believe in the same thing, right? So I gotta precept back to the scripture I brought out earlier. You know what I mean? And then I'm hoping when you give me Romans 12 and 16.
Romans 12.
And if I could, this goes for the sisters as well.
That's right.
You understand? You got a hell of a work and a hell of a job to do if you're married to a priest and prophet of the Lord, man. It goes beyond rocking the headpiece and saying shalom, and you understand that the sisters in this school is excellent, but you are commanded by the Most High in Christ to do a certain thing, man. You understand? You got work to do too as well. And what is your work? To be a helpmeet to that priest, man.
That's right.
You understand? Not to challenge him and try to usurp authority over him and worried about what's going on over here and all that. What you should be worried about, sis, is being the best wife you can be. Doing what you're supposed to do according to this Bible. You understand? And we got scriptures for that as well.
That's right.
You understand? The daughter of Zion is supposed to do what? Who is she supposed to follow?
Her husband, Who? Her husband.
That's it. If you can't respect that, I mean, you prove otherwise in your faith.
That's right.
You understand? The faith is the works, your actions.
Come.
Go ahead, keep reading. I don't want to side.
Romans 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind one toward another.
Be of what?
The same mind one toward another.
So that's the same mind. We in the same faith. We doing the same. We doing the same works. We got law classes across the globe right now going on right now. It's a beautiful thing. You look on Facebook and YouTube, you got brothers, and we got multiple law classes dropping it. And we probably saying the same thing tonight. You understand? You understand? That's how you know the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord is in the ISUPK, man. Under commanding Junior Yohana, man. If you ain't in here, you're not in the truth, and you just some Christian, man. All right? Flip. Let's go back to James. No sweat.
James 1 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
James, a servant of God and of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
Salakia. I think he was down at I believe verse 3. Verse 3.
James 1 verse 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
The trying of your faith do what?
Worketh patience.
You got to be patient to do this work. You understand? It takes a time. What is grace? What is grace? Go ahead.
Grace is a time period.
It's a what?
A time period.
And in that time period that you recognize that you're an Israelite and that you're commanded to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, what should you do? You should be doing the work of the Lord.
The work of the Most High.
Whether you are a brother or a sister. Sister have work. Big ups to the sisters in the UPK. I see the work. Right? I see your sisters, man. But we need to strive to be perfect. Right? I'm gonna hold where you at. Give me Matthew 5 and 48 real quick. We need to strive to be perfect. You can't do a couple laws and then go off and do what your flesh wants you to do. You know what I mean? You cannot. If you want to sacrifice and be 10 toes down, you got to do the things that the men did that wanted the kingdom of heaven, man. You understand? And it was certain brothers that was willing to give it all up. And the Most High say, man, if you sell all your riches, you'll get paid back. I'm paraphrasing. You'll get paid back what, Mashah?
Tenfold, I believe.
You get 100-fold back. You understand? These so-called riches in America means nothing to the Most High. You understand? It's vain. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, read what you got.
Matthew 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect.
You got to be perfect. It's Christ talking. He demonstrated on how we should keep these laws. He walked that walk. He said, man, be ye therefore perfect. Keep reading.
Even as your Father which is in heaven.
Even as what?
Your Father which is in heaven.
So, sidebar, we got these sick internet idiots, Christians, dummies, Salakia. I hate to call Israel dummies. I got to say it. Christ right here talking, right? He said, be you therefore perfect as your Father is in heaven. So how can Christ and the Most High be one the same thing? It's no. Yeah, no. Go ahead, Michelle.
Only one answer. Then the Most High is the Most High, and Yahushua HaMashiach, or who they call Jesus Christ, is the son of Joseph and Mary. They're two different, distinct entities, for lack of a better way of explaining that.
Man, this brother right here, our king, was a man.
A man.
That came out the lineage of David.
Why
do you think we rock the shield, man?
That's
because
right.
We understand that Christ came, the Yahushua Mashiach, like you saying, he descended from Dawadah.
Dawadah.
All right? I want to stay focused, though, all right? You know that? Finish that scripture up.
Matthew 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect,
Go ahead.
even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Go ahead.
That's the end of the chapter right there.
Let's go back to James 1 and 3. No, 1 and 4. Salakia. Oh, yeah, this precept perfect together, too. Read verse 4. Good night.
James 1, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
But let patience have her perfect work.
Have her what?
Perfect work.
You got to be perfect in this work, man. You can't be a hypocrite. You can't put new wine in old bottles. You can't serve two masters, man. You got to be perfect in these laws. You understand? Go ahead.
Khan. I heard. I want to say it was Captain Sockowar in one of his teachings, but I heard him say, when we first come into the school, one of the quickest lessons it behooves us to learn
Damn right.
is this is not a sprint.
Yeah, it's a marathon.
This is a marathon.
I hate to use the word because the brother got so lucky. The star got so much publicity right now as far as the marathon goes. I'm pretty sure everybody know what we're talking about, but I know you don't. But when I say marathon, they know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's long enduring. You understand? You cannot. You got to make your election sure. You understand? And to make your election sure, meaning what? You want to inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Period.
You got to be, like you said, you got to be with long standing, a marathon. You understand? You have to be for sure, and you have to be willing to sacrifice all the temptations that Satan is gonna send your way, man. And trust me, when you decide to make your mind up that you're gonna serve the Lord, you understand that you're gonna follow Christ. Please believe, man. The Lord is gonna send Satan to test you. You understand that if you're not about that life, you're gonna get spewed out this body, man. I've seen it time and time since I've been here.
Khan.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
A question on the one, Baba Shah, if I may. The scriptures say the race is not given to the swift, neither to the strong, but he who endureth until the end. Is that a precept that goes with this right here?
Excellent. I would like to finish this scripture. That's excellent. God damn, so lucky for my language. That's an excellent precept. You understand? Come on, man. The Spirit of the Lord is in this building right now. Let's read.
But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire.
That ye may be what?
Perfect and entire.
Christians say you can't be perfect. It's impossible.
That ye may be perfect and entire.
Keep all the laws, man. Don't do what you want to do. Don't do the laws that you want to do, and the other ones you just want to please your flesh. You're gonna sin against the Most High. You got to be perfect in this walk, man. Keep reading.
That ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
You want nothing. You don't want none of the worldly abominations that the white man push on you. You don't want nothing because you understand. By obeying the Most High in Christ, you're gonna inherit. You're gonna rule. You're gonna be in complete rulership in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
You understand? Your election will be sure. The scripture say, "Make thy election sure."
Sure.
How can you make your election sure? You got to be perfect. Keeping these laws. You got to attend on being perfect, man. You understand? You have something? Keep reading. You got to keep reading this. Verse 5. Let's go.
Verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom.
If any of you do what?
Lack wisdom.
Like we brought out in the beginning of the class, the wisdom and the knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments would do what, Masha?
Salakia?
The wisdom and the knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments would do what for the nation of Israel?
It was called the other nations to look on us and declare us to be a wise people, that we have the laws and statutes of the Most High, and they would declare that no other people have the Most High that close to them.
It would establish us as a superior nation. It would set us high above all the nations. Read what you got again one more time.
If any of you lack wisdom.
If any of us lack the wisdom and knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments, like what we giving out to the people for free, to our nation, is golden. You know what I'm saying?
Worth more than gold.
It's golden. It ain't coming from me. It's coming from the Most High. This right here that we telling you, Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian people, this is what's gonna fix our nation, man.
That's right.
Keep reading it.
let him ask of Yahweh that giveth to all men
Go ahead.
liberally
Go ahead.
and upbraideth not,
Go ahead.
and it shall be given him.
Let's go.
Verse 6, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed.
Jump down, Salakia. Jump down to verse 8. Jump down to verse 8.
Khan. James 1, verse 8. A double-minded man.
The what?
A double-minded man.
A double-minded man or a double-minded sister is what?
Is unstable in all his ways.
It's unstable, man. You're going to be unstable in this body. You're going to be like somebody that's bipolar. You up and down. One day you're this way, next, and then you're on the verge of being you're gonna lead the truth. But if you got the law, statutes, and commandments, and you deeply rooted in this truth, you won't be unstable. Go ahead.
Come. This heavy. It's the longer I've not been here nearly as long as you in the truth. But it seemed like I can go back and read scriptures that I've read 100 million times before when I was a Christian. And I'm looking at this, and it's just like brand new. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Meaning what? Break that down.
A double-minded man. That's the question that came to mind. So what is a double-minded man? Precept.
You cannot serve two
masters.
Because you're going to love the
one
and
hate the other. So maybe my question would be, is a double-minded man.
Go ahead. You got it.
Is a double-minded man is one who will say on one hand, I'm going to camp, but on the other hand, well, that is my sister, so I'm going to go over here and help her celebrate her birthday.
That's a double-minded
That's
man.
A double-minded man.
That's a double-minded man.
Come. I just wanted to be clear.
Because he's not serving. He's not sacrificing to do the work of the Lord. That's my whole topic. He's saying to hell with these brothers, you know what I'm saying? And he been in the truth, and he done got knowledge of the truth, but he'd rather go serve a woman.
Come.
And you saying sister meaning his wife or his?
It could be his sister, it could be his wife, it could be his daughter.
Yeah, the Lord's day, the camp day is so powerful, man, because that's the day that we're going out there to fish people up in here, and also do the work of the Lord. But go ahead.
Even if he goes to camp, he don't miss camp. But come Monday, since that's his lady's birthday, now he's gonna take it out to. It's gonna probably be Red Lobster, something. Because seeing breed scene, it seems to me. But he's gonna go and celebrate a birthday when we don't do that when that's against the Most High. But at the same time, you're gonna go out here on the Sabbath and get on Shamar. That to me, that's what seemed like double-mindedness.
That you're correct, and the precept of that is you put new wine in old bottles, and if you put that new wine in old bottles, it's gonna bust, and you're gonna end up back in the world anyway. Go ahead, you got it.
One more question, and I don't like picking on the sisters, but I love my sisters, so I have to ask the question. So with double-mindedness,
hold on, let me help you out. When we correct our sisters, man. It ain't picking on them. We showing them love. That's the real love to correct a sister, a black woman that's been under hell under the white man for 400 years. You understand? It ain't picking on them, priest. Correcting them.
The white other one.
You understand? And if, Salaki, I can't correct none of my brother's wives, but if we on this topic, generally,
it can go out there.
You know what I'm saying? We're not targeting no specific sisters in this class. This class right here is for edification. You get my point? And we can speak on the sisters like I'm speaking on the brothers as well. So go ahead.
The question I was going to ask, is it a showing of double-mindedness when the sister say Shalom Yahweh Shema Shalom Yahweh Shema Alatah by Hashem Yahweh Shah, and then on the flip side say, look, I ain't with that multiple wife shit. I had to ask. Is that double-mindedness right there?
Double-minded. That's steak, though, priest. You gotta see.
That's not milk.
That's not milk, but it is double-mindedness. Because if you I mean, that's double-mindedness. Because if you say you Israel, you understand that the nation of Israel got formed by a man that had 4 wives that descend from four you know what I'm saying, 4 sons, right?
Okay.
So yeah, it is double-mindedness. You understand? A sister job, instead of worrying about the wives, you should be worrying about what you can do to be the best wife.
That's right.
You understand? It's Israel. Guess what? Paul had 0 wives. The only wife he had was the truth. You understand? The ISUPK does not command a man to have multiple wives, but if I choose that, I'm righteous, man. It's not your damn business. And then when a woman say she ain't with that, she's not in the truth. You understand? Salakia. Salakia. Well, if you say, guess what? God said you can have multiples. So if you say you in his body and you against that, you not in his body, man. You understand? I got to say it like that. I may need counsel. I may get a few seconds tonight, Salakia. But from my understanding and what I've learned in this short 3.5 years I've been here, the Bible say you got to follow what the Bible says to do.
That's
You
right.
understand? Guess what, man? That shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. The Lord said be fruitful and multiple, man. You know what I'm saying? Fruitful. You're not with multiple wives. Wow. Yeah, that's really throwing my topic off, priest. But that's heavy that you said that. And if a woman saying she's not against you know, this is my stance on it, and this is the UPK stance on it. What I've been taught. If any woman say that she's not with multiple wives, she does not believe in the Bible. She's against what God said is all right for a man to have.
That's right.
You understand? And why is she so against it? Because the white man told Eve she would be like a god, and she has that spirit in her to rule over a man. You understand? Here it is, a black man saying, listen, you got to submit up under me, black woman. You understand? But the goddamn white man told Eve in the garden, if you follow me, you'll be like a god. And that's what, if you see the white man, how he's established the black woman in America, he set her up to be over the man. You understand? That's why we have so many homosexual men walking around in the earth right now because of the white man. You understand? In the Christian church. You get my point? That's right. You got a problem with multiple wives, but meanwhile, you've been over the household, and we got a boatload of homosexual men. So any woman that says that, and she says she in the truth, she needs counsel. She needs counsel, man. You understand? And that's an ongoing counsel that I'm pretty sure that the generals have to. Oh my goodness, But yeah, to answer your question, a sister is double-minded. She's not perfect in the truth, right? Certain sisters, hey, listen, there's certain sisters in here that's rocking the truth out. Hard. Man. But because a woman want to rule over a man so bad, and she wants rulership over you so much, she can't fathom you doing what the Lord said is right, what God said was right, man. See what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother class, whole nother topic, priest. Lock you. All right. You want to bring that up, and of course, we talk about it all the time. Ask that question in the scripture breakdown class. I want to focus more on the law, but that's with the law. You know what I mean? A woman that got a problem with that, you got a problem with what Most High said was right for a man, a prince of the power. Kwam Yasha'Allah means what?
Kwam Yasha'Allah means prince of
What does Yasha'Allah mean?
Prince of the power.
For he is a prince of the power. So if you got a problem with the Most High, you have a problem with the Most High, what he laid down in the Bible. Contrary to what all these fake Israelite groups teach, and you know what I'm saying, the Christian church put a push on you, that is righteous. And we done taught 1,000 classes on it, and a woman is like this and with it until that day comes. What she don't understand, you a prince of the power. You ain't no thirsty brother out here. You ain't the regular J. We not them no more.
Come.
Right? Go ahead. You had any more questions? And it's crazy you brought that up. I guess we all dealing with that. It's locked up. But it's locked. I ain't dealing with it. But it's been the topic of discussion. It's always a topic of discussion. It's locked.
Always. I was just looking at, like I said, that verse 8 in James 1. A double-minded man, and I guess you mean woman too, is unstable in all his ways or all her ways. So that's why it came up, because I'm just trying to. It's the first. This is one like a whole new enlightenment on the double-mindedness. What is double-minded?
Double-minded is you saying you're in the truth. You understand? But behind closed doors, you doing contrary to what the truth promotes. You understand? You're a hypocrite. You understand? In the land of America, it's hypocrisy. This place, the Lord said, the knowledge of this place is considered foolishness with the Most High.
That's right.
You understand? And America is a superpower because why? They push lies. You understand? They had 400 years of free slavery. You understand? And because we promote this information, we are considered threats. You understand? To this place, a rat hole. Like Donald Trump called our you understand? The Lord shows people where they at, rat holes. Guess what? America is a stinking, disgusting, hypocritical rat hole, man. And which is coming to an end very soon. Thus saith the Lord Most High Christ, according to that Bible. You get my point?
Come.
Hey, we gotta end it up. I can't even finish my scriptures. Dang.
It's a lot.
Lot. No sweat. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 9. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted.
See, like a low brother come in here low. You understand? He come in here low and sacrificed everything and did the work of the Lord. Now he's exhausted to what? To a trooper. He's not with the so-called woman has been a monster over him and promoted to him his whole life. See what I'm saying? He's at a low state. Why? Because he's under heavy oppression in his captivity. All right. Let me jump down. Give me first Peter 4 and 11.
First Peter chapter 4, verse 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh.
If any man speak, let him do what?
Speak as the oracles of Yahweh.
So when everything that I spoke tonight, I'm speaking of the Bible. It's not my own thoughts. You see what I'm saying? It's the truth. And guess what? Sometimes the truth hurts.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The truth hurts. But guess what? Just like medicine, when I take that medicine, although it tastes nasty going down, it's going to fix us as a nation. That's the whole point of sacrificing and not being about yourself, man, when you come into this truth. Whatever thought you had about yourself or whatever thing that you thought, guess what? Your thoughts ain't what the Most High think. You understand? The Most High is up here and your thoughts down in the earth. And we pushing right here. When we pushing out this Bible, guess what? It's the thoughts of the Most High. And us being the children of Israel, we should absolutely adhere to what's being taught to us, man. Otherwise, we're going to die in this place like everybody else that we see constantly on the news every day. Because why? The Lord ain't with them. See what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Khan. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahweh giveth.
To teach this truth. Keep going.
That Yahweh in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
Go ahead.
To whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Keep reading.
Verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
The fiery trial is talking about what? The time you decide to come into the truth and you say you want to sacrifice, think about it. You got the Lord said He baptizing with fire, not water. The fiery trial, that fiery period, that grace period. You understand? The devil, Satan is gonna try you. See what I'm saying? The moment you get oil dropped on your head, here come all the demons, man. You understand? Here, man, lead the truth, man. Them Negroes they a cult. They don't know what they talking about. You understand? Them niggas in there, them Negroes in there, they having a couple drinks, man. They ain't got no suit and ties on. It's gonna be all kind of demons, man. You can't have no multiple wives. That ain't no Bible. Salakia. You know what I mean? All kind of demons, man. Read that last line again.
Come. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials. Oh, Salakia, was that the one?
Think not, yeah, that's the one. Think not strange. Like, wait a minute, am I doing the right thing? You understand? Peter said, don't think this is a strange thing. This is the right thing we doing. Right here. You understand? We telling you not to commit sin against the Most High.
That's right.
Which is the main reason why we've been in hell time and time again, man. Because we, in our simple minds, you understand, being a stiff-necked and rebellious people, we had it all figured out. You understand? I'm going to do what I want to do. To hell with what they talking about. I can do what I want to do. A lawless people. And because of that, we remain to be on the bottom and destroyed. Black people can't even come together for goddamn Salakia for my lamb for barbecue. One of my favorite lines at camp, Salakia. Go ahead.
I remember, Adawan, the first time you picked me up in that blue truck.
Most High Christ.
I was told before you picked me up in that blue truck by a wife I had. If you go over there with them people, we are done, and you getting out of my house, her house now. You gotta go. And you showed up in the blue truck. I got in the blue truck, and she left. And she meant every bit of that and kept everything I didn't take with me. The day I gave her space.
Man.
But the Most High let me know it's all worth it because this truth is worth every bit of that. There are going to be some fiery trials. It's not going to be easy.
Damn right.
You're going to obey. I remember a general told me that if you give him that order and if he doesn't obey it, he said it's going to be the hardest order he ever get coming from you. And I was an officer of 50. I'm like, what? So yeah, it's going to be the hardest order he ever get. And I'm like, why? Because he don't want to do it. He don't want to do it.
Damn right.
And if he don't do it, he's not in this truth. And the hardest thing coming into the truth is right before you come in and all those people pulling on you, beating you down and all of that. And yet the Most High makes the road so easy for you to walk in here. He makes it so easy. It's just that you can't your hope can't be on big screen TVs and fancy shoes and two-piece suits. Yeah, it can't be on a house or a car. It just can't be because you will never get to the truth then. If I was worried about, if I had worried about that and I didn't understand it then, I would just hope it when I came this way.
Well, let me tell you something. That's a hell of a testimony, priest. And listen, all of us got that similar story. You know what I'm saying? All of us do, and that's the whole point. You understand? Like when you pick your cross up and follow Christ, everybody's gonna hate you, man.
That's
you
right.
Understand? Everybody, and your only family right here is in this UPK.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? All of us have similar stories. You know what I mean? Excellent testimony. Let's finish off on that scripture.
Come.
Then I believe I have one more scripture. Then we go in this class. Man, Most High Christ. It was an excellent class. I got to do a part 2 on this one. I still got several scriptures that I need to go over. Okay, finish this one out. We read the scripture and we out of here.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you.
To try you, meaning you got that little Hebrew name, you understand? You got the little officership, you understand? You got, hey, listen to this, you done got a rose up high in the army of Christ. Still gonna be a fiery trial. The Lord's gonna test you. Keep going.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Somewhat.
Strange thing happened unto you.
Go ahead.
But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings.
We are what?
Partakers of Christ's sufferings.
So that's why Yahweh shall say, man, you follow me, man. No, because the Lord, because the world, I chose you out the world. Because they hated me, they gonna hate you.
That's right.
And we gonna suffer, and Christ suffered way more than we suffered, man.
That's right.
That brother was a soldier. Oh, my little girlfriend in the world left me. Salaki, I don't want to make it seem like that, because these young men, you know, they don't have the discipline, and that they have not been through the fire and have been taught and built up like we is. So. Salaki, I don't want to make it seem like I'm mocking anybody, but that's what's gonna come to you when you got to come through the fire, and that's the fire. Sacrifice. You got to lose everything. You understand? Give me Salaki. We gonna end this class, Israel. It's gonna be a part 2 for sacrifice, being in the truth, man. ISUPK Detroit Biblical Law class. I had to bring this class out, man. The Spirit of the Lord put this on me. You understand? July 25th through the 28th, we're going to rock it out in the Midwest under Commander Jenny Hanna, of course, Big Priest, Captain Mawquad, Midwest, Chicago, Detroit, all the heavy hitters, man. You understand? We got a Bang Electric, Captain Katazar. You understand? For more information, man, log on to isupk.com. All the information on there. We're going to pass the security announcements to the brother. All right? Let's get them security announcements. Mashah. We're going to end this class. Shalom, Israel. That's my time. Lord Christ.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They will be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10, means a tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. The memorial blowing of the trumpets. September 28th, 2019. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, he's to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, we want to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Shema, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Atah. And with that, we're dismissed.